evening, everybody, and thank you for joining me here at the Prancing Pony Podcast Place. It is good to see you all. Welcome, welcome. How's chat going? All right. Well, no Corey Olson today, but I think we'll still have fun. Going to be getting back into Rohan with Hilbert, and no murder mysteries tonight. So, welcome all. Hey, you know what? You probably could hear me better if I had the mic. Well, let's try that again. Welcome, everybody, to the Prancing Pony Podcast. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope that your week is off to a good start. Thank you for your patience. I raced in here, by the way, with like 11 seconds still on the timer. So that's why that happened. But yeah, so no Corey Olson tonight, but we're going to have a lot of fun with Hilbern in the Norcrofts. I'm kind of tempted, even though I'm going to keep the epic going, of course, I'm tempted to go up to Wildermore because it's actually an orange quest, so it's above my level. Yes, hot California indeed. My my air conditioning's been running all day. It is steaming hot out here today. Which is, I mean, you know, it's no hotter than it gets in June. It's just that, hey, it's March. Can we not do this yet? I really enjoy the 60-degree weather. It feels like I can actually wear, you know, pants and long sleeves instead of having to see if I can get any shorts that fit. So, all right. Were you all here on Saturday? How much fun was that, having the Tolkien professor join us for a murder mystery in Cliving? That was great. Any Tolkien questions, comments, like anything you've seen in the news about, I don't know, stuff from information on the hunt for Gollum to games to you know, casting stuff for the Rings of Power? Not that I'm probably not the person to talk to about casting stuff. I'm all right, but not as good as others. 27 degrees Fahrenheit in upstate New York. Why am I going to be disappointed in you, Katie? Why? Ooh, winding down, Dan. That means you're getting near to the Grey Havens and some of the best stuff. A Hobbit trilogy extended rewatch. You have my condolences. Do you have enough booze? When I want to watch the Hobbit trilogy, I find one of the fan edits there and back again, which I think I'm going to find out. Thought I had that. There it is. Yeah, 3.5 hours for the whole trilogy. It's brilliant. Well, you did say I'd be disappointed in you, Katie. You were right. No, enjoy. So before I get into the game, any cool Tolkien stuff going on in your worlds? Like, you've got Dan's annual Lord of the Rings read through is coming to an end. Anybody picking one up? Anybody said, you know what, I'm going to finally read the Silmarillion this week? You know, any cool stuff going on in your Tolkien world? Ooh, the 1997, the 97. Oh yeah. It was 97. Yeah, I think it was. You're right. I wanted to say it was 98, but I think you're right. It was 97. That actually is, to me, the gold standard for adaptation is the BBC Radio. It's really good. It's really good. Katie, congrats on getting the Bree Crossroads newsletter out. That is always a good thing. Those of us in the community who get that are grateful. It always keeps us up to date on things. Tolkien Reading Day coming up, right? Tolkien Reading Day. Super exciting. That's going to be a week from tomorrow, or a week from tomorrow, the 25th. Our episode on that, of course, will come out this Sunday, and you'll be pleased to know that everybody's joining me for that one. We've got Dawn and Sarah and Matt and James and me and Sean each doing readings. So, going to be good stuff. Timothy, how do you convince a friend of Tolkien and Star Trek to sit down and watch Bab 5 when they believe it's going to be bad? First, you tell them that season 1 is kind of bad. Just tell them that up front. But then remind them Star Trek Next Generation season 1 and 2 were also mostly bad. I mean, there were some gems in there, but let's be honest with this, okay? Star Trek seasons 1 and 2 Next Gen were not great. So, I would start with that. Just be like, look, did you make it through seasons 1 and 2 of Next Gen? Then you could make it through season 1 of Bab 5. It's half as long. That would be the way I'd go. It is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. To see my record. Oh, Katie, you're talking about the one that I did for Jordan. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. Jordan, I tell you what, that soundscape reading that he's doing on Sunday is amazing. He was telling me who he's got in that. I don't want to spoil his party, so there is an ad that's going to be running on the Prancing Pony podcast starting on Friday, promoting that event, so you can listen to that. Yeah, Dan, you're absolutely right. Especially shows that are trying to establish, down the road stuff. Which that's why I want to give Bab 5 a little more grace, even than Star Trek, because Star Trek was episodic television. Whereas Bab 5 was laying the seeds for stuff in season 1. So you just have to talk about that. Like, this was really one of the very early experiments in telling a story over a 5-year arc. Worth talking about. Mm-hmm. It's good stuff. All right. Forgive me as I sip a little caffeine. It's going to be a late night tonight. I have some today's Tolkien Times episodes to record. So that's always fun, right? All right. Well, let's get going here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up that extra camera. Firefly reboot. I did. I'm super excited for that. It's going to be so much fun. I mean, it's not as much fun as a live action one, but I get it, especially with the way the cast has aged. Though I don't know how that's happened. I certainly haven't aged since it came out, or since yesterday. Yeah, the TTT is back. The first week of this current series, I think, just started. Or did it start last week? I don't remember. No, it started just yesterday. Yeah, so the TTT is back. With season 15, and week 11 is actually happening this week. It's 11. It's really, really good. So it's 7 weeks before we take another break. There's gonna be some fun stuff coming up. We're covering some new things this series, and now that the series is out, I'll just tell you, Middle Earth Map Mondays, we're going to go through kind of the dark places now, right? We spent 21 weeks in Gondor and I think 12 weeks in Rohan. We're now going to kind of go back in time to the breaking of the Fellowship, and we're going to follow along with Frodo and Sam's journey. So we're going to spend this series in places like the Aemon Muil, the Dead Marshes, the Daggerlad, the Black Gate, Morgul Vale, Minas Morgul, Cirithungol, Shelob's Lair, if we can, the Tower of Cirithungol, probably next series, along with the early parts of Mordor, the Ashen Plain, and of course, Mount Doom. So that's going to be good stuff. Tuesdays continuing as always in the letters, not as always because we've had plenty of changes, right? We've done the Inklings, we've done some John Garth, we've done Turin Turambar Tuesdays. Word Nerd Wednesdays will continue. Third Age Thursdays, we spent 2 series looking at the men of Middle Earth in the Third Age. We're going to look at the elves and the hobbits in the Third Age. So we're going to look at like Lindon and Mirkwood and Lorien, Rivendell, and then talk about the history of hobbits prior to the Shire and then after the Shire. Fridays is where we're trying something completely new. We are going to do First Age. We're going to do Friendship Fridays, and we're going to take a look, and it's going to take me at least 2, maybe 3 series to work through the friendships that pop up in the Lord of the Rings, especially, and we're going to start with the one that everybody thinks of, which is Frodo and Sam. I thought I was going to do that in 2 episodes. It's going to take 4. And then I'm going to try to do Merry and Pippin and Legolas and Gimli. And then we've got other third age friendships like fellowship friendships, right? Like Boromir and the Hobbits, Aragorn and Boromir, Aragorn and Gandalf, Éomer and Aragorn, Éomer and Gimli. We've got older third age friendships like Cirion and Eorl, which I really want to look at, or second age friendships like Eldarion and Gil-galad, or Celebrimbor and Narvi. First age, of course, you've got Beleg and Turin, you've got Maedhros and Fingon, you've got Turgon and Hurin and Huor. So lots of coming back to the Lord of the Rings, Pippin and Baragond, Treebeard and Merry and Pippin, Sam and the Cotton Family. So many great friendships. So that's going to be a good 2 or 3 series, and then in Silmarillion Saturdays, we're bringing it all together. We're going to finish with the Ruin of Doriath and move into the Voyage of Eärendil and the War of Wrath. So lots of fun there. Chat questions include from Dan of the Rings: was the eastern side of the Imwheel rougher? It was bigger, right? The east wall of Rohan, which is the west side of the western half of the Imwheel, that side was more defined. So you sort of went down through each of the layers. I say the layers, that gets into sort of the geology of the region. Karen Wynne Fonstad talks about what that likely was, called a synclinal valley, and that the sediment would have created these multiple layers, but that it was a little more jumbled on the east side. So I would say rougher. Steeper perhaps on the west, because it's coming down to the plains in a much shorter amount of time, but a more difficult place to get through for sure. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Frodo and Sam definitely had a more difficult time, and that had to do with the way the land, the way the fault line. There was a fault line evidently on the east side that would have sort of almost forced people to go north. Kind of, if you're trying to go east, it would force you to go north, and then they finally found that gully and that big drop. But yeah, yesterday's episode explains that a little bit, and hopefully that'll be a help to you. Good stuff. Yeah, Timothy, I'm with you. With Ron Glass missing, he was such an amazing character in Firefly and in Serenity. Of course, Serenity was only there all too briefly. Tuor and Varanway, absolutely. Yeah. Katie has a question. I've been thinking of Isildur's son, Valandil, you're talking about, right? And comparing him to Elendil and Aragorn as a potential ruler. There's not a lot of information on him, actually. That is to say, there's none, other than that he. Oh, Elendur. I'm not sure which. I don't know that there's a lot on him either, but I'm trying to pull up the Tolkien Gateway. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because Valandil was the last one to survive and was the one through whom Aragorn was descended. Elendil was, of course, killed with his dad at the Gladden Fields. There is some stuff we did learn some things about him, right? He's the one who's said to be a lot like his grandfather, one of the greatest. And of course, he stayed with his father and fought with him until the end. Yeah. I wish we got more of them all, really. So many good characters. Well, let's go ahead and get into the game. We're 15 minutes in, so check that off on your bingo card. That does mean, though, that I'm going to turn off the chat on the stream. So YouTubers and Twitchers will have to talk amongst yourselves, as they say. And I will try to keep this window nice and big so that I see if I have a streaming problem. I'll see if there's something going on in chat. But of course, as always, Katie will do her fantastic job of making sure that any important text question or any important chat questions get posted to me in a text thread that I can see a little more readily. All right. Now, Katie's going to kill me if I say anything, so I'm not going to say anything. I will just say that on Saturday, I'll have something to say. How's that for mystery? So be sure you come back Saturday for a really exciting announcement. I'm waiting to get the grief. There. Oh, she's proud of me now. Wow. All right. Oh, let's open up our Hobbit gifts. What do we get? Tiny little bit of Virtue XP and some Dale Men's crams, which I think I've got 8 gazillion of those in my consumables folder. But if I have a stack that has room, I'll move them over there. I did not have a stack that had room, so we're just gonna toss those. I really don't use them. They do improve your. I'll hold on. Who knows? I might get in a tough fight. All right. So I need to talk to Elfmar about whatever it is he wants me to talk to him about. I finished training his men. That's right. We had that whole Horn and Nona moment. I got in trouble for that one. All right.
There's something reassuring about a good
bout of sparring. And I know my men will be pleased to have had the opportunity when the time comes to defend their homes or those of their neighbors. Let's see if any of these armor pieces are worth anything. Well, it's +1 armor, -2 agility. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. So we're gonna finish now. Take that.
No doubt your
Ooh.
friend Horn.
Talk to Horn, Cordodan, and Nona. But before I do that, there are a couple regional quests I should do, and so I shall do. Hello. I'm supposed to speak to Sahard, who I think is out here. Oh no, that's the 3. Where is Sahard? Well, I don't know, but if I click on this button, it'll take me to them. What questions have you for old Sahard? What I know of the beasts you seek is collected from traditional folk tales, stories told by wives to scare children into good behavior, or to keep fools from wandering the woods at night. Listen closely, and I will recall the truth of the matter. Actually, stay a while and listen. All right. In the tales, they are called Lothbear. They were once ordinary bears, but are now possessed by foul spirits. Their wicked hosts have been warped into dangerous, frightening creatures, intended for serving a darker purpose. None that I know have ever claimed to see such a sight, and I had thought them not but a myth. Local sightings greatly concern me, as the terrifying description matches with the Lothbear tales.
Our mission is dire.
You must inspect these beasts for yourself. Take this meat and set it before the creatures of the woods. I know not if this will lure a Lothbear, but if you manage a closer inspection, be ready to defend yourself from their wrath. In here, a guard of Faldham has gone east to explore the edge of the wood. Did I say Faldham? A guard of Faldham has gone east to explore the edge of the woods not long before you. Seek him out to discover what he may have learned. All right. Where am I, by the way? Oh, okay. That's easy enough. All right, so what do I have over here? I have a different breed, which is straight to my east. The Elf Ward, which is just a little above that, a little to the north. And then the Merchant Gone Missing and the Enduring Menace are just to the north of that. So why don't we do those first? I know, I thought the same thing. Werebear. Yep. Well, I guess I should get on a war steed, right? Isn't that what they want? Lather. Work up a good lather with Lathbears. Or maybe it's lathe bears. They spin things around really fast to reshape them. Oh, right here. Location for bait. All right. It's also location for trap, just in case bear comes. Some curious lath bears seem to be drawn out by your bait. Well, that didn't bother me at all. I thought they'd all be like elites, you know? I was worried they'd all be tough. Hey, you. Grab a seat. All right. Defeated the curious sloth bears. So now... Oh, that guy's right up there with the elf ward. In fact, I think he is the elf ward. Plenty of lath bears. Roar!
What brings you to these lands?
You handled those lath bears quite well. It seems that Sahard was correct. The myths of old are based in truth. All right.
Our success depends upon our strength.
Find ideal locations and sound the Rohirrim horn. All right, they're not too far away, so let's do that. Oh, all right. I think we're going to probably remove the ones that are to the north. Don't think we're going to do those up in the northern part. We're not going to go up here, folks, back up towards Cliving. We're not going to go north of the river, frankly. So let's just go ahead and do these ones that are here. All right. So we're going to try to find the ideal locations to sound the horn. This is an ideal location. Apparently, I didn't frighten him at all. Oh. Well, we'll accept that. So that we can just defeat the disturbed ones. But I'd be disturbed too if somebody came and blew a horn in my neighborhood. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Looks like, according to the map, here we go, another spot for sounding the horn. Aha, I see a lath bear. Wow, they're soft. There's another lath bear, but that's a curious one. I need a disturbed one. All right. And what we thought was sophisticated intellectual discussion replacing various woodshop terms. Lathing. Ah, is this a disturbed one? It is. Let's kill him. I mean, really, we might as well. Poor guy. Ready to advance. Finish now. We still need to find one more spot within the woods. It looks like right up in front of us. So probably up behind the rock here. Oh, this looks like a really good place to blow the horn. Daunting lath bear. Not a curious one, not a disturbed one. I'm wondering whether they did like focus groups to figure out, are you disturbed, curious, or daunting? Or are you hulking? Huh. Can't really figure out whether this spot is... Oh, maybe it's up here. There we go. All right, let's go talk to in here about the bears.
Our mission is dire.
If the threat of mounted warriors does nothing, they're indeed more dangerous than I'd perceived. May require more drastic actions. Well, we'll see about that.
Will need your aid.
Oh, find and enter the lath bear den. Really? That's pretty far away. I'm not going to do that. Sorry, the corrupted matrons can stick around. Let's go find the missing merchant and the enduring menace. After we get some Rittermark Skarn. All right. And then we'll hop up to Wildermore just for fun. Just to do some orange questing. High level. Search for the missing trader. Oh, what's this? He's got a ring over his head, so I think it's probably just kill a bunch. Yeah, exactly. It's the defeat mounted orcs one, and if we happen to kill 6, we can get more of those coins or those rep coins. Oh, we get some orcs now as we near the orc camp. Questing, getting fed up with the back and forth. Oh, I'm looking forward to Minas Tirith, but yeah, there's probably some of that. I haven't slept in days. I know. I get snarky when I have one of the abilities in your house to summon a merchant, right? To summon a supplier, I think it is, and because of the crafting that I have there. So she often says that, and it's come on now, you know. I haven't slept in days. I'm like, stop your whining. All right, so it looks like that dude is in the camp, so I'm gonna have to probably. I'm gonna have to kill some more of these guys. All right, good. So wow, so it looks like the guy's up here, maybe like he's kept captive. This missing trader. I mean, I'm practically right on top of the guy, so he must be like in that cage, maybe, or something. Oh, there he is. There he is. I've discovered a traitor bound to a post. So then I'll probably have to free him. Let's go out this near door. With my luck, he's going to go the other way. Oh no, I get to talk to him at the outpost. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and find the boss man. It's always good to kill the boss man. All right, and I just have to defeat 10 Urukai. That'll probably be pretty straightforward as I try to find the dude. Oh, backpack. That just means somebody else has died. The boss man, not the boss mang. All right. Okay, boss mang. Where is the dude? It's right over there. So let's kill these guys. Should be a pretty straightforward matter of finding the dude. There he is. Mauhur. A Mauhur. Let's see if you go down with one shot. I think you might go down with one shot. What do you think? One shot. All right, I do need to kill one more of you. How does it feel being just a number? Done. All right, we're going to return to the guard captain at the traders. You were not sorry for the Expanse reference. You were just not. Don't say it.
Aid the horse lords.
And daggone.
Our mission is dire.
Okay. Now, what do you mean defeat Mahur? I did. Well, that seems odd. Oh, is he someplace else again? What? That makes no sense. I thought I defeated him. Well, that makes me mad. Guess I'm getting on a horse and going to go defeat him again. Didn't I kill him? Didn't I kill him? Pretty sure I killed him. Oh, except I'll also probably have a very hard time crossing the river at any place but the ford. So let's cross the river at the ford. Stop on by Fort of Bruinen. Oh, all right. I'll accept that. Where is he? Is that him? You know what? I'm going to dismount because I'm going to kill you faster on foot. Or maybe I won't. Holy smokes. Yeah, I will. There we go. You are standing too close to the oak branches. All right, get back on the horse. I'm sure that if I was a talented war steed rider, I could have. Oh, hold on. One more, because I'm supposed to kill 6 mounted orcs, and I will. Does he? There we go. And then I'll get those heavy oak branches because I'd be crazy not to. You know what I mean? I got some points to spend on Tar Cornelius, don't I? I mean, I've heard that little sound at least 3 times. All right, now let's go defeat this guy. This guy that I already defeated. Didn't I already defeat him? I'm pretty sure I defeated him. Thought I said dismount. I did not, apparently. Are you kidding me? I thought that would be a gate. They fooled me. They fooled me good, didn't they? Can I just sneak right in? I'm a sneaky little hobbit, right? Oh, he should be like right here, right? Mahur. Do I have to get him to fight me first? Is it because it was... There we go. It's because I didn't give him a fair fight. I one-shotted him. Now we can return and turn that one in. Well, that was lame, but okay.
You aid the horse lords.
I get a light comparison. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Of the Norcrofts.
Success depends upon our strength.
Travel towards the farmhouses. Nope. Well, maybe because it's close. Maybe because it's close. Then we're gonna go over to Faldham in a little bit. Oh yeah, the burning farms. That's always good. Travel towards the farmhouses and search for any in need of aid. That would be all of them. Ah, Kiniswith needs help.
What brings you to these lands? The Reverie might need
Search the
of your
orcs
services.
for the cellar key. This is a chance to tell you that the cellar door is a phrase that Tolkien really loved. Do you ever read the English and Welsh essay? He talks about the phrase cellar door being beautiful even without knowing what the words mean. Okay, search the orcs. Oh, within the estate. This is not an estate, but okay. All right, let me see. Oh, purge poison, please. Cellar key, which is not the same as the cellar door, but presumably the cellar key unlocks the cellar door. Cellar door. At one point, Tolkien was going to have a hobbit named Kelador with a C, and I bet it was, yeah. Ah, the key has unlocked the cellar doors. The cellar doors. You know, pretty sure Rain of Arrows wouldn't really work well in a cellar, but doesn't say I can't use it here.
I'm not afraid of you.
Where are they gone now? All right, return to Kinniswith. The orcs are searching for him within the cellar. Thank you for returning my son. Okay. Now we got some points because we got Orc Slayer of the East Emnet, which is nice. Now we're supposed to aid Northwolf with his concerns. We already did, though. What the heck? What do you mean aid him with? Oh, we didn't finish off the matron. So guess what? Cancel. And cancel corrupted matrons. All right. So now we're supposed to talk to Horn, Cordodan, and Nona. So let's see if we can use our filed and return skill. We still have a minute and a half. Of course we do. So what if I use a guide? Do I have a guide to anywhere around here? Oh, I'm sure I don't. Tornhot is the closest I've got. That is not going to help me. All right. Well, I guess we're going back there on foot. But let's go back on horse's foot, shall we? Cellar door tattooed as a Tolkien fan symbol. That might be a little over the top. You could draw a cellar door and have it be a really subtle reference. What is that? It's a cellar door. Isn't that beautiful? I don't understand. It's just a door. Hey, look at you. Come get me. Ha ha ha. I'm going to make you run, boy. You too. Come on. I'm gonna, if these were really good war steeds, you could run people over with them. Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster. Who makes the best ones in which voluntary organizations exist to help you recover afterward? Yeah. I have asked my... I know I can't help with anything with Twitch, but I've asked Glassbox, when it comes to podcast ads at least, to avoid any spots for gambling entities. Last thing I want to do is drive somebody on the path to degradation. Wait a minute. There's somebody over here that needs help. I saw a ring over here. Getrick.
Our success depends upon our strength.
Oh, it's a timed quest. You could just take your time quest and go away. It was like you have to collect pristine hides and don't let time expire. I find those kinds of quests particularly obnoxious. All right. Let's talk to Cordan first.
Aoworth sits very near to Fangorn. I would like to see that forest.
Were we to follow the river past the city, we would eventually arrive at the forest of Fangorn. I've heard tales of Fangorn that make me most curious to see it, but to hear Horn speak of it, I cannot imagine he will want us to get any closer to it than Aoworth. What does Horn, just Horn,
I thought we might need
have
to go
to say?
Aoworth. It is my home.
It is my home, but I have not been there to stay in several years. I returned briefly for a few days after Theoden King ordered me to stand guard and before I left Rohan. My father was pleased to see me go, I think. His name is Ingbert, and he is the Reeve of the Entwash Vale. He trained both Prince Theodred and Eomer when they were young. He trained me as well, but I did not impress him as much as they did. He is a hard man. I hope my family troubles will not distress you, Nona. I'm sorry, that's not who he was talking to. I hope my family troubles will not distress you. Nona, well, you will not think much of Nona. I will follow your lead at Aoworth, Hilbern. I do not want my family to cause you any trouble for you or our companions.
I do not understand why Horn is reluctant to return to
his home. If I were to return to Lanuk now,
do.
I would be glad to see Suvok. I would introduce him to Cordodan and to Horn. Perhaps I see why Horn is not eager to see his home again. All right, we got to defeat mounted foes in the Entwash Vale. So you can see how the epic is leading us from place to place. In this case, to the Entwash Vale. So we're gonna take a horse to Aoworth, and then just start killing people. That's how it works. Oh wait, they don't have a stable master here. That's right, they don't. Oh wait, they do. He's outside. He's outside the walls. That's why I didn't see him, because he wasn't in the town. All right. So we're gonna go to Aoworth. Oh, we can't go to Aoworth. Can we go to Thornhope or? No, we can only go to places in the Croftlands. I wonder if Cliving, since it's a bigger town, would have a travel to Aoworth, to the Entwash Vale. We'll try that. We'll try that first. Let me check my cosmetic outfits. I should probably change to something that's a little more Rohani, if there is such a thing. Not my swimsuit, not my pirate suit, and not that one either, which is pretty cool. But I think we're gonna not do that one either. Let's replace the swimsuit. I have it in the thing. So let me pull up my wardrobe and look for something about the Emnet. There we go. Oh, there we go. Maybe the hauberk of the Emnet. Ooh, I like that. And the shoulder guards of the Emnets. And the helm of the Emnets. Well, I never really have that on because it kind of looks silly on me, right? Gloves of the Emnet, and we'll turn those on. Boots of the Emnet. All right, I like that. He's very Rohirric now. Oh, except I need to actually change to said outfit. There we go. How you like me now? How you like me now, miss? That's right. Can you take me to the
welcome, friend.
The Entwash? You can indeed. Let's take the regular slow horse. All right. I wonder then if it's going to take this northern route. Yeah, it's got to. It's going to take this northern route because that is the only route into, unless I was coming in through this way. All right, cool. Catching up on chat because it's been a little bit since I paid attention. Oh, we're going a very different way. What, are we going through Wildermore first? That is not the way I would have expected to go. Yeah, why am I entering Wildermore? Ah, and then back into... Okay, so there's a road that way that I don't see on the map. That's funny. I would have thought for sure would just follow this road. Sounds like Ohio. I'm not one to speak. I don't think I've been through Ohio. Would I have been through Ohio on my... No, because when I brought my car back, it was Michigan and then Indiana and then northern Indiana and then Illinois. And then, yeah, so I would have already missed Ohio. Yeah. This just feels weird for a horse route because I'm not on a road. Like usually they take the marked roads, but here looks like the road is over there. Ah, well. Wow, that's a nice town. Would be a shame if something happened to it. You got a lovely meat hole there, Reeve. No, Glorfing Way. My only experience in Indiana was on whatever road it is that when I came down out of Michigan and started going west, it was just like I was in Indiana for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long it takes to get from the border of Michigan to the border of Illinois. Aworth. You have discovered Aworth. All right. Oh, that music. All right. Let's get out there and kill 6 mounted foes. Sacramento I have been to. I am sad to say. Oh, there's a mounted foe. Hello, you. Ooh, you're on white. You're on level. I'm liking that. Hold on, Skarn. I thought I saw Skarn. There we go. Can't hide from me. The amazing hand forged and hand engraved dwarven kingly helm. No, I have not seen that. That, if there's a website, share it. That's going to be awesome. There's probably a mounted enemy as well. Yeah. Sneaky. Killing it with my machine gun, as Professor Olson observed. This guy's not mounted, but I still need to kill him, of course, because, you know. Oh, wow, he's an elite, or a signature, I should say. I get to fight an on-level signature. That's cool. Feels like it's been a while since I've had meaningful combat, you know? An East Emnet boar. Well, you said Sacramento is like a California native. Yep. Yeah, I am a California native. I can't say that Sacramento is one of my favorite places. It's better than Fresno. But that's like saying it's better than Cleveland, right? I mean, Fresno's the Cleveland of California, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to offend everybody from Fresno, aren't I? Did I? Sorry, Dan. Oh, man. No, Sacramento's not terrible. It's just hot and humid. That's the problem with it. But that's because I grew up in Southern California, coastal, not coastal like beach cities, but within reach of the beach cities, if you will. I mean, like I'm about a half hour from the coast. And so I get some of that lovely, lovely air. That helps. Loomis. Yeah, I know where Loomis is. Yeah. Looks like I'm going to hit level 83 here in a minute. Probably when I turn in this, or at least the next epic. No, see, he's not. I'm looking for a mounted enemy. Mounted enemy? Anybody? Let's do Passage of Foes. I'm sorry you couldn't join Saturday's stream, Martin. Hilbern did. Well, that's the problem. We don't really know who the murderer was. As it turns out, apparently, it's just how you play the game. Like, there's no you're wrong or you're right. We'll find out. We'll hold them in custody. All right, let's go turn this in. Yeah, I know. I was kind of hard on Oklahoma. But I drove through a bit of it on my drive home. That trip included Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. I went from my overnight stays were in Iowa City, and that's pretty close to where I was in Coldwater, Michigan. But you got to keep in mind, I landed in Chicago at 11 p.m. the night before, and it's a 3-hour taxi ride to Coldwater, plus the hour that you lose going from Central Time Zone to Eastern. So I got to my hotel in Coldwater at 4 a.m. and they got up at 9 to go work with the car dealer and sign all the paperwork. We'd already negotiated it all ahead of time. It was the only place in the country to get a Mach 1 with a handling pack and a manual transmission in either silver, black, or gunmetal gray, or whatever the gray was. So, yeah, it was. So I stopped in Iowa City and then hung a left. I was originally going to go across through like Nebraska and Colorado and over the Rockies. But it was late April, early May. And for some reason, the weather in the Rockies was still cold. It wasn't snowing or anything, but it was like 34. And the tires on the car, you do not drive Sport Cup 2s in anything less than 45 degrees Fahrenheit unless you want to go skating off the side of the road. So I made an audible, turned left, and went down through. And I think my next night after Iowa City was Topeka, and then Tucumcari, New Mexico, and then home. So it was a heck of a drive. I loved it, though. I love seeing America from the highways. It was great. All right, Horn.
Well,
we are here. I did not hurry to see home again, but now that I have, it fills me with sorrow.
No point in delaying further.
83. And also time to apply my perks to get that blue bar. Okay. No point in delaying any further. Let's go see my father and see what he has to say. If we are lucky, his people have seen some sign of the Uruks. If we are not, they will not be pleased at my return. Talk to the Reeve. This is an interesting town. It looks like it's been through a lot lately, right? It looks sort of burned. Looks like they've had some fires. They've been attacked by some orcs, perhaps. Oh, there's nothing halfway about the Iowa way. We treat you, they treat you, which they may not do at all. It can be cold as a falling thermometer in December, and you ask about the weather in July. I bet you didn't think I'd be doing that today. All right. Tasks. All right. There's just seeing if there's anybody else. Looks like both the quests are right here and then inside.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
That's actually one of my favorite old musicals. I'm not a big fan of musicals, but that one's a lot of fun. You come from Foltham, seeking an audience with Reeve Ingbert. You've come at an inopportune time, Hunter. Dark days are upon us. The Reeve is wary of strangers. As well, he is closeted in discussion with his son, Lord Ingmar. We expect to fall under siege by orcs at any time, and they debate the best strategy to deal with them. If you desire to help, perhaps to prove your friendship to Aoworth, you may put your talents to use aiding with our siege preparations. Many of our guards are overtasked and in need of assistance. All right, so we need to go pick up. So that's our rapper quest. So we're going to talk to Botulf, Pedwin, Goldwina, and Offram.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
We need to reassure some people. And we're going to reassure these two right here. I'm going to reassure you so hard. You get Veilor and Veil branches.
Our mission is
We
dire.
will not cower. We will continue.
The Dunlendings rallied.
I am Rohirrim. I will fight for my home. There's somebody over here? No, there's not. All right. I'm going to reassure you until you're sick of being reassured.
I need help.
Please stay and speak with me. I'm quite upset. My friends are quarreling. I'm afraid they'll hurt each other. You're a great warrior, and I'm sure they would listen to you because you're 3 feet shorter than they are. Of course, I'll come with you. Is this seriously an instance? I cannot enter it within a group. Sorry, Katie. Thank you for everything, but we're going to disband the fellowship for now so I can do this instance.
I know not why my friends Sperlin and Brunston are fighting, but someone must stop them. I'm afraid they're going to injure more than their friendship. What brings you to these lands?
Merlin has accused me of stealing a toy sword his father gave him, but I tell you I did not. I am no dishonorable dog that would steal from his friends. Sperling lent me the sword, and I returned it. I swear it. He only blames me because he does not want to blame himself for the loss of it.
I think the orcs stole my toy.
Brunston is a liar and a thief. My father gave me a wooden practice sword before he went away to fight, and I let Brunston play with it. Now it's gone. He swears he returned it to me, but I swear he did not. He is a liar without honor. All right, boys, I'm going to give you each a real dagger. Fight. Oh my, I do not know what to believe. I cannot believe that Brunston would be so dishonorable, but I also do not believe that Sperling would accuse him without cause. Perhaps one of the other children saw something. Would you ask them? Oh gosh, I got to be a detective with
Welcome and
children.
well met, my friend.
I heard and saw nothing. I swear it.
I'm afraid to go out at
I
night.
never liked either one of them. I'm only here to watch the fight.
Greetings, friend of the
Pretty
Hobbit.
sure I saw someone playing a Sperling sword, but it wasn't Brunston.
I'm not supposed to speak with
If he
strangers.
stole Sperling's sword, he should be fed to the orcs. Sperling's dad gave him the sword before he went away. Nay, I saw nothing. I cannot tell a lie. I borrowed the sword from Brunston and was playing in the burned yards to the south. When my mother called me to dinner, I forgot the toy and left it behind. When I went back, I could not find it again. Please do not tell Sperling and Brunston. They're both bigger than me.
What brings you to these lands?
All right. Let us talk somewhere else. Good heavens, this is going to be a complicated string of things.
I'm not supposed to speak
Nothing
with
you can do to
strangers.
help.
Will you speak with me?
All right. Ord Beorth, I think, is just somebody that I need to inspire or encourage.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Reassure. Offram, on the other hand, is going to have a quest for me.
Depends upon our strength.
Collect the aurochs
Will you
meat
aid
and
us?
aurochs hides and all that good stuff. Oh, it looks like there's a quest in here. Or is this just somebody to encourage?
What brings you to these lands?
It's like, what is that noise? I've seen much death and injury since the orcs came. I am called to comfort the wounded and the families of the slain. It is small comfort you bring to me, but I thank you for it anyway. Things I never want to hear for 500, Alex. You bring me small comfort. All right, what's going on in here? Why is there a ring? Pedwin! Ho there, you say Adelmod sent you.
I have need of
Then I welcome you. It is clear, no doubt, we're facing a terrible siege. What better way to bring courage to the heart than to bring cheer to it? Take these flasks of ale to the gods with my greetings. Darmod.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Darmod and Jalad at Tanagra. It's Darmok, I know, but...
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Why am I getting in trouble from Katie for saying you bring me small comfort? What did I... Is that another... What did I do? Sometimes I don't know what's expected of me. All right.
Welcome.
This is just what I needed. That's right, a good ale. Huh. Okay, over here. There's some more over here. No, how do I get to those guys down there? Oh, I think I was there earlier. It's where the stables were. Oh, hello. I'll get you back into the fellowship in just a bit. I'm going to guess that I have to do something with the... oh, yeah, I need to reassure you.
Friend.
There's crates and debris. I'm sure I'm going to have to do stuff with that. And disturbed earth.
What brings you to these lands?
All right, going to do some encouraging over here.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Oh, I see. I didn't want to hear it. So she was telling me it because I didn't want to hear it. Sperling's sword is not here. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. That's what's in the disturbed earth or the crate or the pile of debris. Ding! Oh, I found evidence that a dog may have absconded. You know, sometimes the quests are a little too complex. Not complex, but like too many steps.
We must stand by while the minions of Orthanc spread their influence.
Okay, so I still need to talk to the Reeve. I'm supposed to assist Offram and Goldwina, Botuf and Penguin. So Pedwin. So I still need to do... So reassuring words is done. Preparing for the siege and city under siege. I'm going to close or remove this from the tracker because that's just the wrapper quest. And let's try... Let's see if we can find one more guard to give an ale to. Aha. I don't know if it's the best ceiling in the world, but it's up there. There's a guard, but where is he? Oh, he's outside. Oh, he's in this little area. Or is he? There's a guard. Hey, Kriba. Here's some ale. All right. So now that means I got to do the Vale Ore and Vale Branches and the Aurochs meat. So preparing for the siege and a city under siege. So city under siege is to the south. And of course, preparing for the siege is to the north. Yay. All right. So let's get out there. Where's the trouble on the move? That's the dog. Okay. So it looks like I actually have to follow a path. So we'll do that. We'll track the paw prints. All right, paw print. The paw prints head south. Of course they do. And they head south-southeast, which is this way. Paw print. Is that a dog? No, that's a horse. South-southeast. That's about this way. Or I can just follow the rings on the map, because that always works too. Paw print. I could use some sunny weather. An elite Vale archer. Forgot your armor. Oh, it's a horse, not an enemy. Can't shoot the horses. Don't shoot the horses. Paw print. South-southeast again. Conveniently right near the Rittermark Skarn deposit. Dan, you trying to get me to sing some more? Oh no! No! The paw prints lead to a dog corpse. That makes me sad. Why do they do that? Appears to have been run through by an orc spear with such force that the orc must have been mounted. No sign of the toy weapon, suggesting the orc may have taken it. You should hunt mounted orcs until you find it. All right, well, looks like they're all in that area, so let's go do that. Go Google puppy photos. Why do I not have any hunt mounted? I'm in the... Oh, there's an orc corpse. This orc appears to have been mauled by a drake. The orc, which... Good heavens. When you give a dog a sword, that's what this is becoming. So the orc, which took the sword from the dog, appears to have been slain by a drake. Try to find the drake. Okay, this is getting funny. This is getting kind of funny. A drake slew the orc that slew the dog that stole Sperling's sword. And of course, something will have slain the drake. It'll just become this nonsensical thing, which is kind of funny. That's really clever writing, I will admit. What is the Fellowship up to at this time? Yes, they will have split already. In fact, we did, a couple weeks back, we did the session play where you play through the breaking of the Fellowship, first from Frodo's perspective, then from Boromir's, and then from Sam's. And I think even at that point, it was like a few days before. The last time we were given a very firm date would have been at the battles, the Battle of the Ford, the first Battle of the Fords of Ison. And that was several days ago in game. A lot of bull. Hunt Aurochs bulls. All right, well, that should be easy. We're supposed to get some Aurochs meat and Aurochs hides anyway. So we can do that while we're at it. Oh, but I need to defeat Auroch's bulls, and right now I'm just defeating the cows. I'm getting the ivory. I'm getting the meat. Whoa! Hello, hello, Vale Drake. Death from above. You are attacked by a drake, so now I have to defeat drakes. And you found the toy sword. It's about flippin' time. Oh, hey, there's a bull. I need to kill you. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. You taste good with bacon and cheese. Sorry, he was standing too close to the resource nodes. Defeated the drake that stole Spurling's sword. Defeated the drake that killed the orc that ate the dog. Well, there's nothing that said he ate him. All right, we still need to get a couple more hides, a couple more ivory. I think we've gotten all the meat, and we need to kill 3 more bulls. That should be fairly straightforward. You found what remains of Spurling's sword upon the drake. Yes, I know this. Oops, wrong button. All right. Still need to collect. No, we've got all the hides. Yeah, I still need to defeat Auroch's bulls. So let's do Passage of Nature and look for a bull, an Auroch's bull. Well, there's a vicious crab end, but where's the bull? I don't see any bulls. There's one, extremely distant. Yeah, this is basically the old lady who swallowed the fly. That's a Vale cow. Where's the bull? There he is. He's over there somewhere, walking around, being a tough guy and all that. All right, so now we need to look for one more Vale bull. Is he available? Vale cow, Vale calf, Vale cow, Vale calf. There aren't any. So let's go kill the drake since we're nearby. That's the death from above. Oh, they're over there. They're not over there. So what's down here? Hold on. I'm just going to turn these off. So reassuring words, that's back. That's what we got to turn in. Preparing for the siege. We got to go get this stuff. City under siege is ready to turn in. Courage from a keg ready to turn in. A lot of bull. Death from above is way up there. Patching friendships is back in town. Ride for Harding. Okay. So the bull must be like really close now, according to the ring. He's just not here. Probably killed. Probably need to wait for him to respawn. Vale cow. All right. Nature. Passage of Nature. No bulls. No bulls. Oh, not the drakes again. Will that count, though, as killing them? It does. That's the second one. Oh, now I've got... someone found the lair of the drake. Find the entrance to the drake's lair. Stirring the nests. That's up there where you got to kill the drakes, though. That's what I thought. All right. Lots of things to do. Lots of things to do. All right. There's a bull that's respawned. Let's take care of him. Hello. Thank you for showing up. It's your time to die. All right. So there's a lot to turn in. And yeah, and then we can go north. So let's turn in. Let's bring the toy sword first. And then we can turn in the rest.
My parents say that strangers might be dangerous.
All right, so we need to talk to Brunston, Pedwin, Offram, Botolf, and then the Reeve. Wait, looks like there's somebody else still to talk to down here. Oh, yeah, Brunston. You found the sword?
Never came home from the war.
I thought I had returned it, so it's my fault it was lost after all. Talk to Getfleda.
I'm not supposed to speak with strangers.
Choose one. Do I want Spurling's keepsake? That gives a lot of might, which is kind of useless to me. The copper ring or the pendant? Well, it doesn't give enough agility to be worth anything to me. Okay. Offer turn in a quest to Offram.
What brings you to these lands? The Rohirrim
Now he wants me
need
to
your
do 3 more. Blankets of the Winter, horns for battle, and making meat pies.
aid. The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Good heavens, man.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us? The Rohirrim have need of your services.
I'm sure you all were like, I just want to see Alan do a bunch of fetch quests inside a Rohirrim town. Pay for that.
Welcome, my friend.
I think I have to go in here to get. There we go. Oh, I can turn that one into Pedram, which is nice.
Friend of the Rohirrim.
Pick up the sack of veggies, more sacks of veggies, sack of flour. So exciting. I've wondered all my life when I would get a chance to sneak under a door. Okay, I guess I'm not short enough. And steal a sack of vegetables from under somebody's watchful eye. Take meat, flour, and vegetables to Ordbeorth's oven and bake meat pies. It's going to be in here, I'd imagine. FedEx quests, yep. It is locked. So where's Ordbeorth's oven? Maybe behind it? There we go. Cooking. Deliver the meat pies.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
What brings you to these lands? Will you aid the horse lords?
Craft battle horns. How do I do that then? Craft battle horns for the guards of Eowyrth. The quartermaster's workbench is outside the mead hall. Well, that's interesting. Oh, looks like there's, yep, let's go up the valley, up the hill, I mean. All right, well, there's the quartermaster's workbench. Let's make now I got to deliver battle horns and let's collect spools because I got to have to deliver blankets too. Oh, I get to turn it into a meat pie and then pick up the blankets. Sew the blankets. Where do I go to sew the blankets? The infirmary's sewing table can be found outside the infirmary in Eowyrth. And I think I know where that is. It's where that gal was that I started to make some sideways comments about.
Aid the horse lords.
Oh, there's that dude that's behind this fence. I forgot about him. Bum ba da dum bum 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 bum. I feel useful. Well, there's a ladder there. I wonder if there must be somebody up there that I can go talk to. Here's a battle horn,
friend.
And here's a meat pie.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
There's only one more meat pie to deliver, and it's actually giving me the chance to spend mithril to do it. I will not. That's bait. Let's see what's going on with this ladder. Maybe I can get up there. Nope. Oh, what do you want to bet? There's going to be some crazy quest where I have to like walk on the rope. Is there going to be a walking on the rope quest? All right. Let's just break some ankles. Whoop! Ow! where the enter key is. All right, let's see if we can turn in that last meat pie and the horns, and see if we can also make the make the blankets for people. I feel like that would be helpful. So that must be inside. There's 2 more people to talk to here. Botolf to turn in that quest. Horns for battle. I give him a horn. And I've turned in reassuring words. Frithigith. Probably gets a meat pie.
What
do you
brings
get?
you
Nope.
to these lands?
Yeah. Now I talk to Afram after I make some blankets. It's a busy time here. In Eoworth. Eoworth is busy. They keep you busy, it looks like. There's the infirmary sewing table. Oh, I think he gets a horn too, doesn't he?
Aid is welcome, friend.
All right, now I got to figure out who gets the blankets too. Deliver warm blankets. Probably one in here, I would imagine. No, and there, yep. Riemenhild. Would you like a warm blanket? I'll be happy to give you a warm blanket, Riemenhild. All right. If you're cold, just let me know. Darmad.
Will you aid the horse lords?
There's a horn. Afram. Here's a blanket, right? No, what do you want? Horns for battle. Here's a horn.
You to these lands? Will you aid the horse
And it's a battle horn. It's not a horn. Horn's up there talking to Nona. Okay. Still need to deliver the warm blankets, and then it's time to do the stuff to the north after that. Yeah, so that's going to be stirring the nests, preparing for the siege, and I think death from above. So if I turn those off, oops. Yeah, so they're all in town. All right, except for those 3. So we got to do blankets, and that finishes House in Turmoil. So let's give out some blankets. Our dear host is a heck of a lot more qualified than most of us. In what terrible sense? More qualified than most at making a fool of himself. All right. Blankets. I got warm blankets, everybody. Who wants a warm blanket? Oh, we got some chats.
Dunlendings rally to the banner of the White Hand.
I want to see Alan do a bunch of fetch quests. I see the 4 hobbits as the penguins from Madagascar. That is brilliant. That is genuinely brilliant. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Oh, I can't do those voices. Or I guess I don't know if I could. I've only seen it once, so I'd have to. Oh yeah, thank you. That's very kind. It's very kind. I'd have to watch that a few times. And really, when it comes to voices, it's just a question of, are they in my wheelhouse, so to speak? Because I confess that there are a lot of voices that are not. Oops, that's not how to get down there. Oh, Katie, thank you. Yeah. All right. I got 3 more warm blankets. Anybody want a blanket?
Greetings, friend of the
This will be a boon in the coming days. Yes, it will.
We must turn to the offensive.
I have lost everything, and you bring me a blanket? A blanket? Nay, I should not be so hard on you. It is not your fault that Ingbert protects us not. Ooh, we have another Reeve who's not doing his job. And there's the last of the blankets. So we'll pop over to Offram and turn that in. That way I've done a lot of things.
Our mission is dire.
Oh, now I talked to Offram again for the provisioner's assistant. Nice. So now I've already got known to the Entwash, which is great. So I've already bumped my rep up quite a bit with these folks. And that's good, since I'm about to go talk to their guy, right? Wait, I would have thought I did. I still have to prepare for the siege. So I can remove a house in turmoil until I do preparing the siege, which is up there with Death from Above and Stirring the Nest. after I talk to the guy. I like this this layout. This is a little different. Ooh, and it's a crafting hall. Okay.
You have come far from your home, and in the company of peculiar friends.
You are new here, River Hobbit. You have come far from your home, and in the company of peculiar friends. An elf? A girl from the tribes of Dunland? What makes you think these could travel across the plains of Rohan, or into proud Eowyn? No, give me no excuses. I know why you feel you have the right. My son Horn gave you permission, as if he can speak for my lands. The last I knew, he was banished beyond the ridings of Rohan to stand guard on the great river far away. Has Theoden King relented of his command? Or, as I find more likely, has Horn simply flouted the king's command? I will not have it be said that Ingbert Reaver the Entwash Vale lacks the courtesies of hospitality. My steward, Leowulf, will prepare a meager feast for you. Speak to him while I speak to my son in private. My disapproval is not meant for the ears of strangers, River Hobbit. Oh boy, so he's a nice guy.
I will show you to a comfortable room.
While the feast is prepared. Oh.
I have been too long away from home, but what welcome awaits me now?
I know the Reeve promised a meager feast, but this seemed like a bounty to me. Aerworth is besieged by troubles, as are the other villages we have visited in the East Emnet, but still its lord and his guests eat well. Thank you for the hospitality, Reeving, but the food was delicious. You're very welcome, Corodan. I was not certain that elves could eat the food of my people. They're not as different from us as we thought, Father. None of my companions are. I did not ask for your opinion, Horn. When Theoden King sent you away, he did not send you far enough. Father! This guy's taken dad lessons from Denethor. It is nothing, Ingith. Do not trouble yourself. No, I will not allow you to be rude to you, my brother. In my own hall, I will speak as I wish. To my home, he brings a wild woman, a blood foe of his own people. Do you desire a battle? I will give it to you, old man. She threatens me. No, no, no. Oh, dear. Father, listen. Nona is my boon companion. She is a mighty warrior, and I think that may be enough for now, Horn. Respect your father's walls. The elf is wiser than you, Horn. He knows when to speak and when not to speak. Must each of my sons be so quick of temper? The four of you have traveled far. Did you hear any news of my beloved? They're tired from their journey, my daughter. They surely need rest. Who is your beloved? I am betrothed to Theodred, the Prince of Rohan. When he returns from his duties, we will be married. I think they are ready to retire to their beds, Ingith. We need not speak of this now. Hilbern met with the prince at the Fords of Ison not long ago. Can we not talk about the rest? Oh, what can you tell me of? Did he look well? No, don't make me talk to her about this. Are you freaking kidding me? Horn interrupts you before you can speak to Ingith. Yes, that is enough. We will speak of the prince later. No need for a talk now. Reevingward thumps the table with his fist. There is another matter of which to speak. A very serious matter indeed. You are my son, Horn, but you had a term of service to carry out in Stangard, and you have not completed it. You are here against the will of Theoden King. Father, I do not want to cause trouble for you or for the people of Aerworth. My song for the king may have been ill-conceived, but there was truth in it. He has been influenced by Grima Wormtongue. If only he had the strength to resist. My loyalty is to the king at all times. I will not hear these treasons. Leowulf, the feast is over. See to the removal of the table and chairs. Yes, my lord. Well, that could have gone better. Oh no, she's the one I got to talk to. Man, come on now. I would like to apologize for my father's words, Hilbern. He speaks harshly because the troubles of the Entwash Vale weigh heavily upon him, and he cares so much about his people. He wants to do what is right, but he worries that it is not enough. If only the will of the king were not so confused. It is hard to know what is best for Rohan. Ha! Will you listen to me? I am no shield maiden. What would Prince Theodred say if he could hear me talk this way? All right, Lotro does Theodred justice even in death. Makes sense why the Reeve would not go against Theoden even more so, yep. Theoden King has no will of his own, that is true. But nobody else know that. I mean, they can't really know that. It also highlights what we see Hama does. Yeah. I do love Hama. I do not want to have to talk to her about... Where's Nona? She's over here somewhere? No? There she is. I want to talk to her before I talk to the Reeve. Why did I come to this place, Hilbern? My journey with you was to be one of vengeance and victory, and instead I encountered a complicated web of distrust and confusion. That girl does not know her beloved is dead, and none here wish her to know. Is that because they fear the truth would kill her? That her grief would be too much for her to bear? She should take the sadness and turn it to anger, and wield a sword against the orcs that slew her love. That is what I have done, in memory of Wadu, and what I would do to avenge my love. To avenge... Nona halts suddenly, out of breath. But his people and mine are enemies, Hilbern. It is wrong to feel this way. You heard that, old man. He will never accept that Nona, daughter of Suvulk, could be anything but a foe. Has my fondness for Horan changed me? Has it made me weaker or unsuspecting? Why can I no longer bring myself to hate the Horse Lords in the same way they hate my people? I do not want to die in ambush, Hilbern, as my brother did, but I fear I have been blinded. My heart has done it. I need some time to think. It's good writing. All right. Jerkwad, what's up? We will speak later, Hilbern, but I thank you for holding your tongue. I've kept the sad tidings from the Fords of Isen from my daughter until now. She is not yet ready to hear them. Thank you for making a decision for your grown-up adult daughter. I think I could use some air, Hilbern. Let us walk outside for a short while. So what did you make of my father, Hilbern? It went about as well as expected. Actually, it went better. Our last meeting before I left for Stangard was an icy one. My time away seems to have thawed him somewhat, if only slightly. I hadn't thought to keep Prince Theodred's death from my sister Ingith until it became clear my father had not told her. But I think it is best this way. She was very much in love with him, and his loss, well, it will not be an easy thing. Look at this place, Hilbern. Trust me when I tell you, it was not always like this. Many of the gods have turned to drink for solace against the great number of raiding orcs. There are not many children left in Eowth, but those that remain are afraid. Everything has changed. When I was young, these buildings seemed enormous. Now they seem so small and ramshackle. I sang for years of the glory of Rohan. Was any of it true? Now, you are right, Hilbern. I am being unfair. Eowth has suffered greatly at the hands of orcs, and it's to regain the glory of Rohan that its people fight. Yes, my songs were not lies. Rohan was great and will be again. It's just, I have become fond of Nona, and I wanted my family to accept her for the same reasons I have, and I wanted her to feel less out of place here. I did not think she would have as much trouble fitting in here in Eowth, though perhaps I should have known better. Neither of us belong in Rohan, it seems. She and I are both outcasts. It does not seem to bother her the way it bothers me. Perhaps she can help me come to accept it. Thank you for the walk, Hilbern. The fresh air has done me good. Let us return to the mead hall. Let us return to the mead hall, all right?
I thank you
for your discretion. Many a maid has cast herself into the torrent of the Entwash when learning of her unrequited love. I am not yet ready for Ingith to learn of her betrothed's death. I was blinded earlier. You are not the stripling for which I mistook you. My displeasure with Horn does not extend to you. You are welcome to come and go within the Entwash Vale if you are a friend to her people. The Uruks you seek passed north of Aerworth not long ago, and shortly afterward, Eomer, the third Marshal of the Riddermark, rode after them. I am expecting him back any day now. Good. Where's Corodan? Don't know where he is, so let's find him. There he is. Also, I got a mail from Glorfinway. Well, thank you very much. Ooh, superior turnip bacon turnovers. That's very kind. Very kind indeed, Glorfinway. Those give me 67 agility, which is, I think, a lot more than my superior black puddings, which are only a 50 agility bonus. I think we're going to have to swap those out. And that means I can sell the superior black puddings. All right.
I cannot find Nona.
You tell
It is
Corodan
as
that
if she
Ingberg
just
believes the Uruks you seek have
vanished.
likely been slain. We will not know for certain until we find them ourselves, Hilbern. But we cannot leave yet. I have looked all around Aerworth, but I cannot find Nona. It is as if she just vanished. She doesn't want me upping my agility.
Horn has gone looking for her.
But when last he
last
came this way, he had found nothing yet. Did she tell you anything that might give us an idea of where she has gone? Or do you think she has fallen into trouble of some kind? The men of Rohan do not look kindly upon her people. You should ask the people of Aerworth if they have seen her, and I will do the same. I do not know if they will tell me anything, but we cannot let her disappearance go without investigation, Hilbern. Horn is distraught, as you might expect him to be. He's grown fond of our fiery companion. You do not need elf eyes to have seen it. All right. I guess we're supposed to talk to people. Like I want to talk to anybody. Come on, I don't want to talk to anybody. I have to talk to people. People. Are there any people down here to talk to? Yeah? Anyone? Anyone? See, nobody wants to talk to me now. They're all gone. Sidgar.
I've not seen the Dunlending, but Horn has gone out to the cliffs.
All right. And we're going to wrap this up pretty soon.
She is gone. She is really gone.
She's gone. Horn holds Nona's sword in his hands and seems to see nothing but the lonely weapon. I found it here on the stones, Hilbern. But why would she leave it? You peer out over the edge to the rushing river that has cruelly claimed so many maidens before their time, and Horn follows your gaze with his eyes. No, Hilbern, she did not jump into the Entwash. I do not believe it. She left us for some reason, and she left this sword here so I would find it. But why leave us? Why leave me? I will take her brother's sword, and I will keep it for her until she returns. She will return, Hilbern. I will not wield Wadu's blade, but I will hold on to it for Nona. Tell Corodan that Nona has left us, but that she will return. Her path simply does not follow ours for the moment. Well, that's disappointing.
I think Nona will return in time.
That is what I thought.
I do not know when.
Nona is indeed fine and will return to us when she has resolved a few things in her mind. I know not why she has left and why she did not bring her brother's sword with her. For love. You have seen the way the people of Rohan look at her, with fear and with distrust. She is not one of them. Despite Horn's banishment to Stangard, he is still much more of Rohan than she will ever be. So too has she seen the damage love can do. What would learning of Prince Theodred's death do to Ingith, his betrothed? Nona grew too fond of Horn, over too quick a time to lose him to battle and death. Perhaps she left to shield herself from growing even more attached to him. Perhaps she simply needs time to resolve her feelings. I think she will return, Hilbern, but I do not know when. We must be kind to Horn in the meantime. You will feel this loss sharply, I think. Ooh, look at that. I would lose a little physical mastery, but not much. I would lose critical defense altogether. I would gain some in combat power region, but I'd lose vitality, but I'd gain a lot of agility. That's pretty tempting. Or that might be a little better. These are all, nope. 95 agility, 120. Yeah. Wow. And I can't wear that one. So, yeah, I'm going to take that. Oh.
Horn will need to master his grief if we are to continue. We cannot allow this distraction to steer us away from our true purpose.
Katie says she's not above sparring the small Hilbern, of course. You're 70 levels above me.
Aylmer has returned from his ride north.
Aylmer has returned. We get to meet him.
Right
we get to meet Aylmer next time. Oh, no, there he is. We'll go meet him.
I am
pleased to make your acquaintance, my friend. Am I not wrong in my guess that you are of the race of halflings called hobbits? Aylmer laughs at your surprise. Yours is the second party I have encountered who sought the Uruks, Hilbern, and it was they who told me of hobbits. To you I say what I said to them. The Uruks have all been destroyed, and I saw no sign of any other living thing at the site. The man was Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and his companions were a dwarf, Gimli, Glóin's son, and an elf called Legolas. You are not one of their halflings they sought, are you? Shame. They were distraught at their loss. Speak to my man Eothane if you would hear more of these travelers or their prey. I don't need to speak to you anymore, little person. All right, so we can get some things about the encounter. They seem to spring out of it's all straight out of the text, right? They seem to spring out of the grass as if from nowhere. Some elvish magic, and one of them was an elf. Dwarf and a man, they hunted orcs, but not at his command. So, I mean, all of this is right out of the text. It's fantastic. Aragorn spoke first as Strider, and to that Eothane says this, what kind of a man hides his true name? Eventually he gave it as Aragorn, son of Arathorn. So too did he claim to be the heir of Isildur, the son of Elendil of Gondor. He wielded artifacts from the distant past, but whether that truly was the sword that was broken, forged again, Eothane cannot say. Legolas, an elf he was, as wild a creature as I've seen, seemingly sprung direct from tales told to children. Aylmer gifted 2 horses to the travelers, and this elf needed no rein or saddle, though Arad's master was killed in battle, and he was not yet ready for a new rider. I've never seen anything like it. The dwarf is fortunate my captain knows the value of mercy. He spoke to the third marshal with great rudeness, and could take a lesson in manners from even an orc. Were Aragorn less well spoken, there might have been one fewer dwarf in the Riddermark. Eomer rode north without the king's leave to hunt these Uruks. Scouts had reported them coming down out of the east wall some days before, and we caught up with them at the very edge of Fangorn. They were thoroughly, utterly destroyed, and we saw no sign of the friends Aragorn and his companions sought.
If Aylmer, my commander, wishes me to answer your questions, I will do so.
The 3 hunters lived when I left them.
No Uruks escaped the circle of my riders, but it is possible your friends may have escaped before we closed in. It is a small chance, but it is what Aragorn hoped for. Perhaps his hope was more than hope, and there was truth in it. Perhaps. But Eomer, Eomund's son, put stock in cold steel and sunlight on the plains. Without some unlikely Dwemercraft, I fear the halfling friends Aragorn sought met a sad end. The 3 hunters, however, lived when I left them.
My men caught up with the Uruks just outside the eaves of
Fangorn to the northwest. Their leader, a fierce Uruk, whose name seemed to be Ugluk, if the panicked words of his fellows can be trusted, fought me blade to blade after I dismounted. I proved the better swordsman, to the pride of Eamund and the shame of whatever disgusting lout claimed to sire Ugluk. Ride to this site and look for signs of your missing friends or Aragorn and his 2 companions. If my men and I are still here when you return, you are welcome to ride south with us to Edoras. Oh, that's pretty cool stuff. All right, so we're going to get ready. We're going to head down. We're not going to head out now because it's time for me to wrap up the stream for tonight. But now we know what we're doing on Saturday. We are going to head out of town when we can. How do we get out of here again? Is it this way? It is this way. It's this way. Okay. So let's handle some practical matters. All right. My own vault for crafting stuff. I know that's where I want to put the Rittermark hides, the high-grade Rittermark scarn, the regular Rittermark scarn, the oak logs. But I want to put the crafting supplies, like for other crafts, over here, like the East Emnet soil for my farmer, and then the scholars stuff. The oak sapwood branches should go to me. These these recipe things should be open because they'll sell for more. What's this little package? Oh, that was from killing the Norcroft spoils. So I got some marks. Got some marks, it looks like. Do I want a minor essence of morale? Well, if I have anything that can take an essence right now, that would be useful. I don't think I do. I do not. So I'm going to hold on to that, put that with my legendary stuff. Why can I not use that? Oh, because I'm not till level 86. All right. Yeah, I can't use that. I don't want to use tactical knit anyway. What's this? The ill-crafted sword. Okay, I want to hold on to that because that's a quest item. I'm going to sell the keepsake. I'm going to eventually sell those puddings. All right. I want to put those pants on. See what my agility does. Yeah. All right. Some runes. And what do I get here? Some more runes? Oh, tracery. What do I get? A blue level incomparable ranged skills critical multiplier. That could be useful. Okay. Oh, is that on? That's a word of mastery, which is one of these. Okay, so I can take that over rain of arrows, quick shot, or swift bow. I don't want to do that. Or focus builder, focus. Oh, range skills critical multiplier. You mean I already have one just like it? I'll tell him, but I don't think he'll be very keen. He already has one. All right. All right. So now let's have some fun. We'll get 2 keys from my stash. Then before we open those things, we'll sell everything else first. Now the key here is make sure I don't accidentally sell the turnip bacon turnovers, right? So I gotta mark those as don't sell, and then I gotta show locked so that I can sell the bacon wrapped flapjacks. No, not those. I don't remember anymore. Superior black puddings, that's what it was. All right, so now we're gonna show unlocked and only sell the unlocked, and none of those are things that I really need. So we're gonna sell all that for 800 gold almost. Oh, I forgot to unlock the pants. Why does that sound wrong? Never unlock your pants, folks. All right. Let's open up a couple treasure chests. An agile club of the traveler, which is definitely better than the resilient dagger of Theodred. It's a little less agility, a lot more vitality, a big bump in finesse and crit. More importantly than that, it's a bump in DPS. So we are going to slot that in place of the dagger. Then we got an elbows bend in signpost and a scroll of max morale and power. I'll put that max morale and power scroll in my consumables folder for other people to use if necessary, and for my elbows bend signpost into the housing folder. And then let's open up the last one. Some moats. I hope I didn't go over. Did I go over? Almost. I better not open anymore. I'm at almost 9,800 moats of enchantment. Some universal ingredient packs. Those are handy. A small potted date palm and a silver ring of the traveler, which is better than my exquisite great river ring of resolve. So that's going to be something else I decide I want to wear. Oh, agility now 1610, so my crit rating. I like that. 27% chance of a crit and a 7% chance of a devastating. All right. So we're going to drop that that housing item in here. I think that's my second small dated palm. And then we're going to go ahead and do that real quick thing where we can unlock stuff and sell it so it's not blocking up my inventory. And we're going to sell those items. All right. That's it. So what we're going to do next time, we are going to go and do Death from Above, Stirring the Nest, and Preparing for the Siege in these areas. Turn those in and then head up to the site. The site. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be Saturday. Oh, that's going to be so cool. I think now I'm going to go ahead and remove Ride for Harding. We'll do it still because, I mean, why wouldn't we? But yeah. Oof. All right. Good stuff. Thank you, folks, for joining me. We're going to still do chat, so that's not stream's not completely over yet. But I am going to go ahead and exit the game. All right. Let me bring you back over here and turn the chat on. Well, welcome back. I mean, to the screen, because now I can see you all. Both of those sounded wrong. I don't even remember what it was I said. Isn't that great? My lack of a memory means that I don't even remember when I've done something wrong. It's nice. Ooh, John, enjoy the cheeseburger. Add some bacon, but probably not bacon wrapped turnip turnovers. I don't know if the turnip would go well with a burger. Just thinking. I get to go see the site. That's going to be great. And Ugluk. I wonder if Ugluk's head will be on a spike. Would I rather they keep this bit with Theoden's betrothed in or out? You know, that's a good question. I mean, look, he was of marriageable age. He would likely have been, betrothed soon if he wasn't already betrothed. And he would have been betrothed to the daughter of a reeve, most likely, or some other noble in Rohan. So it fits. It's just a little, I'm sad for that. You can fire away, Horn. If it's not a good question, that's okay. I mean, and let me rephrase that. Every question is a good question. Sometimes a question might be a really interesting question, but it's not a good mailbag fit because there's no satisfactory answer, or because the answer is too short. Like, who did such and such? And like the answer is X, and there we go. And so sometimes I don't answer them on the show, but I'm always happy to answer questions. And sometimes, if it's a long answer, then it might be good for Mailbag Monday. So happy to help with that. And you can always post it here, and I can at least, kind of run through it a little bit and see what I think. Oh, my goodness. I'm tired tonight, which is a shame because I've got 2 weeks worth of the TTT that I need to shoot, and that'll take me about 2 hours. So going to be a late night here, I think. Maybe I can shoot one and then shoot the other tomorrow. It all has to do with like when my editor is available and stuff. I do not want to nurse any Celsius. I just had a Pepsi, which has enough caffeine, just enough to get me through. But a Celsius at 8:00 would, bad idea. Very bad idea. I'll be up till 3 a.m. if I have a Celsius now. Remember, I'm an old man. I respond to those things differently. Do I think it's a coincidence that Theoden, the Witch King, and Denethor died on the Ides of March? Or did Tolkien intentionally choose that day? I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know if the Ides of March are relevant. I do think all three of their deaths happening on the same day was very much intended because, the Witch King was sort of a necessary one there, but I think the Theoden and Denethor deaths are really to show us, kind of to complete the parallels between those two characters. When I say parallels, I really mean contrasts, but we're supposed to see those two characters and compare them to one another in so many ways, right? I mean, Denethor should be, because he is the one descended from the Númenóreans, should be more noble, should be more hopeful, should be more able to, and willing to do the right thing. Theoden is a middleman, not a high man. And so his courageousness, or his courage, his nobility, his boldness is different, and it's in stark contrast. And you look at how they both die, but they both die in such opposite ways. One dies fighting against the evil, and one dies succumbing to the evil. So I don't think it's an accident at all that all three of those characters died on the same day. I just don't know about the Ides of March question. Influence stuff like that, I'm not quite as good at, especially when it doesn't come from like a Germanic or Nordic type of source, like Old Icelandic or something. That's more a classics thing, so Sean might know. But it's a good question. It's a good question. Oh, Katie mentions, Aronzo's work. That might be good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. Well, that's yeah. I was thinking about Amroth and Nimmerdale. Maybe they'd stayed in Middle Earth and tried to resist evil instead of fleeing. Yeah. I'm Katie's like, don't laugh at me. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I've done things just like that. And also, my mom passed away 3 years ago, and I'm okay, talking about it or having a joke made about it. That's not to project that everybody else would also feel okay, but it was an oops, and it's been handled graciously. So their fates might have been different. Aragorn and Arwen, a little bit of a foil, possibly. I think the only reason I don't think they're a foil is that they're both elves. I mean, I think they're not really a foil to Mithrelas and Imrazor. Is that who it was? Yeah. I still don't understand why she just up and left. That's always given me trouble because of the way elves. Oh, that is a great run. Wow, to think about what he saw in his lifetime from 1932. So he's like 9 years old. World War II breaks out. So he starts remembering things around that age. To have lived through all of that is just amazing. So going back to Amra or to Imrazel, to Imrazor, and Mithrelas, the fact that she bears 2 children and then up and leaves. There's a lot unspoken there. You've either got an elven wife, a Welf. You've got an elven wife who completely goes against every possible teaching about elvish marriage, right? Being for life and sticking around and growing the kids up and stuff. Or you have maybe a really waifu of Middle Earth, or you have the implication, and I don't want to think this, that Imrazor was not a good guy. There's a slim chance, and because Tolkien leaves everything open, he doesn't say a thing. Did she leave because she was not, because she had a reason, or did she leave because he took her to wife? To reference Eol and I'm blanking on her name, but that'll get filled in here in chat in just a moment. What's this? It is not said that she was wholly unwilling. which of course means she was at least partially unwilling, which, dude, willingness and unwillingness, it's a 0 or a 1. If so out of the thank you, Katie. So I don't think that's the case, because I don't know, she wouldn't have had 2 kids with him. But yeah, it's one of those things where I just wonder, like, what happened with Mithrelas? Why did she up and go? But as to Nimmerdale, I mean, certainly she was a very sort of primitive's the wrong word. It's not even a good word to use. She was a very simple elf, right? I mean, she wanted to live in a very different way, in a very different world, in a world that I don't think existed anymore. Dirtiest javelin ever. You're not kidding about that. So, yeah, I mean, with Threlas and Nimmerzor, I don't know, but out of Nimmerdale, it's almost like she lived in the wrong time. Like, she needed to be one of those early elves that decided, yeah, she's going to go west because it's peaceful there. She was going to go, but how did they get separated? You're going down to the harbor with your beloved and you get separated, and you end up by a lake near, on a river in the middle of South Gondor. I don't know. No, I agree. It's not it's Aragorn and Arwen definitely did the hard stuff first. There's truth about that. I tend to think the parallels would be found more in other man elf relationships, because that was the big point, was the ennoblement of Aragorn. So it is time for me to wrap up. It is 8:00. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Just a heads up, I will be here on Saturday, and I'm so excited to do this instance or session play or whatever they're going to have us do. I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll see you at 1:00 this Saturday, the 21st. But I will be canceling next Tuesday. There will be no stream on the 24th. I'll be traveling for work, and I may have to do the same for the 28th. I don't know yet. Word will come out, but I'll be here on the 21st, and I'll definitely be here on the 31st. So we will see you on one of those days, if not both of them. Thank you very much. Katie, thanks again for running chat so efficiently and helpfully. Appreciate you. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. So good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.